Robert, not financial or investment advice, actually going live. And you're probably wondering, where have you learned, Robert, been? Where have I been? Actually, I've been here, actually been on other platforms going live. My members have seen me in the membership, so I have been going live there. But I hope all is well with you on this morning. Today, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency and urgent updates as far as what's going on in the cryptocurrency news. Okay. So we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about what's going on in the crypto space. So right now, a lot of things going on, a lot of things going on, a lot of things going on. So what we have here, if you're in here, go ahead and hit the live button. Excuse me, go ahead and hit the like button, and go ahead and share this information out so someone can help. But the Winklevoss twins backed a Gemini situation. They're pretty much targeting a $2.2 billion valuation. And in that $2.2 billion valuation, they aim to raise $317 million. So pretty much they're estimated their share plans to be about $17 to $19 each. They're estimated to raise 317 in the top range. So be on the lookout with that as far as their IPO coming. So they're looking to do an IPO as it relates to that. Also, top Trump crypto backer Justin Sun says pretty much there's some issues going on with his tokens. Unfortunately, he's saying that the his token has been frozen for some odd reason. He doesn't know. But as it relates to that and that WLF project, probably thanks so much for coming in. Probably with that project, and the reason why it was frozen is because it's a lock period as it relates to the actual tokens. It's a lock period. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So that's probably what's going on with that. Now, this is not financial investment advice, as you learned, Robert, as it relates to anything. Okay. So they're talking about Eric Trump, Donald Trump's oldest son. They're talking about his American Bitcoin stake is worth about $1 billion in stock debut. So you got to look at that. What's going on? Now, if you are sending a message, I don't know because it's not showing me here, but it's all good. I'm looking at this new format. Okay. So welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let's see what this is. Boom. Okay, cool. It's there. Okay. So welcome in. So saying they pretty much company tied to Trump and his oldest sons. They're talking about the stake is worth $1.5 billion as it relates to the American Bitcoin Corp. It's a miner. It soared as high as 1452 on the first day of trading, and it pulled back to about 804 to the end of trading. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So as it relates to anything, we have to understand the company is owned 20% of Eric Trump's. It's owned about 20%. Okay. So the wow, 906 million outstanding shares of the American Bitcoin set a September 2nd stock exchange. So that's a good thing as it relates to that. Okay. So if you don't mind, hit that like button. As it relates to that, there's a lot of things going on in the Bitcoin space, okay? A lot of things going on. This is not financial investment advice, but as it relates to anything, we have to understand a couple of things. We got to understand a couple of things, okay? What we have to understand is number one, what we have to understand is number one, sorry, y'all, I was messing with these new features. Number one, what we have to understand as it relates to crypto is, are we going to watch everyone else win? Now, I've been talking about crypto on my platform for over 2 years. Now, I've been talking about crypto prior to over 2 years. Okay. So what we can't do is number one, ask, I don't understand. You learn, Robert. I don't understand about crypto. The great thing about crypto is you can invest with as little as $1. Doesn't cost you a lot of money. Little as $1. Platforms like Robinhood, Webull, Uphold, things of that nature. Okay. So not financial investment advice, but you have the ability to invest with as little as $1. I told you all that 2 years ago. For the people who are new, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and unlike this video as well. Bitcoin is sitting at $110,876.71. Ethereum is sitting at $4,293.54. XRP is sitting at $2.81. BNB is $860 right now. Solana is sitting at $201.76. Dogecoin is sitting at 21 cent right now. Cardano is sitting at 82 cent. Right now we have Link sitting at 22.17. We have Bitcoin Cash sitting at 592.72. Stellar sitting at 35 cent. So what's going on in the crypto market that we need to highlight and make aware of? What's going on? Right now the market cap is $3.81 trillion. We're seeing a lot of major people doing things behind the scenes. So while we think the market is being tightly held, while we think the market is going down, while we think the market is pulling back, there are being major moves messed up in the crypto market while you're playing the game of should I invest, should I not invest? There's major moves happening in the crypto space. Right now, the total Bitcoin supply that is held is 4.66%. 21 million Bitcoin is the total supply. 979.333 Bitcoin is held as of now. Okay. So if we break down the amount of Bitcoin that's held, MicroStrategy has 64.27% of the total Bitcoin supply. We have Mara has 5.17% of the Bitcoin. XXI has 4.44% of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin Standard Treasury has 3.07. Bullish has 2.45% of the Bitcoin held. Riot Platforms has 1.97% of the Bitcoin held. Metaplanet has 1.93% of the Bitcoin held. Trump Media Corp Technology Group has 1.53%. Clean has 1.30%. Coinbase has 1.20%, and others 12.67%. What does that mean? That means if we see Trump Media Group up here, now this is not presidential, financial, or investment advice, okay? But if we look at the major players in Bitcoin and we look and see what's going on as it relates to what's going on in the Bitcoin standard, what's going on as it relates to crypto, we have to ask ourselves this question. Are we going to continue to not play the game? Are we going to continue to make sure that we're not involved in crypto because we don't understand it? Are we going to continue to do that? Or are we going to put ourselves in a position of power to make sure that we are in the crypto game? As people have seen me before, I've talked to you all before and told you that cryptocurrency, number one, is here to stay. I've told you all before as well, as it relates to cryptocurrency, that we're able to look at crypto as it relates to the aspect of crypto being something that we can do. And I told you all 2 years ago that crypto was going to continue to boom. I stated that in the next 7 to 10 years, the money as we know it is going to change. And literally, we have seen the trajectory of what has happened since I've been talking about it. I've told people it's not financial investment advice. So what is the urgent matter of this? The urgency is, number one, are you willing to put yourself in a place where you are positioning yourself in position of power? Number one. Number two, are you willing to put yourself in a place where you are positioning yourself, dollar cost averaging yourself into crypto, period? So how do I do that? You learn, Robert. Number one, you have to have a platform. I've talked about Robinhood before Robinhood was popping off and all your guru friends who you listen to was talking about Robinhood. I've been talking about Robinhood being the best, easiest platform for new investors prior to any of your gurus saying they like Robinhood now. Oh, buy Robinhood. Oh, Robinhood is this and that. I literally been saying Robinhood was a great platform when it was under $8 a share. Yes, I've been talking about it. All your gurus is telling you not to go to Robinhood, go to the other platforms, and yet Robinhood is over $105, and those same gurus are telling you now to invest in Robinhood. I've been saying about Robinhood. I have the receipts. Check them. So what are we doing now? What do we need to do as it relates to the urgent matter of crypto? What we need to do is figure out where do we fit in this manner. Now you see, Trump and his sons and things of that nature setting themselves up for positions of power as it relates to what's going on in the crypto market. I don't have a problem with that because it shows us, number one, no other president has said anything about crypto. It shows us that we're in a position of crypto where we're going to be in a place where we're able to put ourselves in a place of power. Okay. How? Because we're seeing what everyone else is doing and we're positioning ourselves for a long-term investment. I am a long-term investor. This is not financial investment advice. But as it relates to long-term, I've been saying this for years. You can start with as little as $1. So if you're watching me, I'm sure that you have $1. Most people who are watching me probably have an iPhone. So if you have your iPhone, I know that you have at least $1. Okay. Even if you have an Android, you have at least $1. Most people, based on my analytics, I know that you have at least $1. So you can't say you don't have $1. Well, the excuse of I don't understand it. That's why you're here, to understand what crypto is and what's so urgent in the crypto market, and why do I need to make sure that I'm paying attention. Why is the crypto market, I feel, why do you think it's crashing? Why do we feel as though the crypto market is crashing? Number one, there's some things going on as it relates to the fear and greed index. It's sitting at 41%, 41 out of 100. And what that pretty much means is how many people are buying crypto, how many people are not buying crypto. Right now, there's a lot of people who are in a neutral position on crypto. You're in a neutral position because all these other things are coming out on in the market. Oh, is Venezuela situation gonna pop off? Oh, is the situation with China gonna pop off? Russia, Ukraine, all these things are popping off, and people are scared or fearful, and they're watching these other aspects, and yet and still, little by little, people are biting off chunks of crypto while you're not paying attention. What is the urgent matter of crypto? The urgency of crypto is you got to pay attention. Everybody wants everything to crash. Do I believe that the crypto market is going to crash? I believe there's going to be a slight pullback. However, what you don't understand is this: if Bitcoin pulls back to 100, from 100,000 all the way down to 60 or 70,000, most people are not going to be able to get in. It's going to be the same situation that happened in 2020. It's going to be a flash crash. Most people think they're going to time the market. You're not going to be able to get in. The major players are going to be able to get in, and you're going to be left out in the dust because most of you guys have been told to put yourself on a buy limit order, and that limit order is going to press out because you got to understand behind the scenes, companies. Now, most people have level 2 trading, but behind the scenes, most of these companies have level 3 and above trading, which shows what limits are people set, what shows the average market buy limit order that is set, buy sell order. It shows that in their system. So they can press it all the way down to that order to trigger a sale. And guess what? You're going to turn around and look back, and you're not going to be able to get in the market because you're going to be priced out. Now, some of you are looking at wondering, why am I? Oh, I just need to get in at a certain price. I want to get in at a certain price. Oh, I just need to get in it. Where's the price going to go so I can wait? And my Bible says he who waits on perfect conditions will never do anything. You're waiting on a perfect condition. In my opinion, dollar cost averaging has always been the best possible means for me. That's what always been for me. Dollar cost averaging, okay? Dollar cost averaging for me has always been the best possible means of communication, okay? It's always been. So, sorry. Dollar cost averaging has always been the best possible means of communication. Dollar cost averaging your way into investing. Dollar cost averaging your way into the next mean. Dollar cost averaging your way into what's going on. You cannot sit up here and wait on a perfect condition, because the perfect condition will never happen for you if you're waiting on a perfect condition. You're waiting on a flash crash so that I can get in at a certain level. You're waiting on a perfect situation. And listen, that perfect situation is not going to get you to the level of where you think you should be. Okay. Dollar cost average in. Dollar cost average your way into what's going on. Okay. Dollar cost average your way into what's going on. Okay. Hey, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I don't know why. Good morning. Good morning, official Jamia. I don't know why it's not showing me on one screen. On this screen, it's not showing me any of your comments. I don't know why. So I don't know why. I don't know why. Chat is on. So it's not showing me on this screen none of your comments. So I did not ignore anyone. Just know it has not shown me your comments. Hey, Susanna. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, official J Mia. Hello, TT. Starboy, what's up? If you aren't spending big money in crypto, you aren't making XCRO. I disagree with that comment. You made a comment with if you're not spending any big money in crypto, you're not making any money. Here's the thing. Imagine $1 million Bitcoin per se. I want you to imagine $1 million Bitcoin per se. And I want you to imagine right now, we're looking at Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin. Hold on one second. I'm going to give you the exact price. It's going to fluctuate as I pull it up. But you said XCRO. Hey, what's up, consumer goodness? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? XCRO said that if you're not spending big money in crypto, you ain't making anything in crypto regardless. Okay. Says the person who bought XRP under 1 penny. So the person who bought XRP under a penny, are you saying to me that they didn't make any money? Are you saying that the person who bought Bitcoin under $5,000 aren't making any money? I think, unfortunately, that's an excuse people use, and excuses are tools of incompetence, simple monuments of nothingness. You can start with as little as $1, and understand this: you can put all your money in your account. It's not going to give you a vast percentage and a large percentage. You can put all your money under your mattress. It's not going to give you a large percentage. You can hold it in your clutch. It's not going to give you a large percentage. You have to ask yourself this question. Okay, Reuters has a tab on their tab. And you know what it says, Bitcoin? If you click on a tab, if you look for Bitcoin, you can't find it. But if you look at the future of money, it says future of money. Now, if you all consume the goodness, official J Mia, Susanna, J Mia, if y'all remember, I said 2 years ago, everything's going digital. I've been saying this for over about 5 years now, that everything's going digital. And as you're starting to see things happen, things going digital. I've said this before. You're saying that people are looking for an ideal situation and they shouldn't be looking at it. But to dispute my argument, you have to mention a 1 million. Okay. So what amazes me about people is this. Guess what? XCRO. What amazes me, you have 19 subscribers on your channel. No disrespect. You have 19 subscribers on your channel. You've been with YouTube for 8 years and you have 19 subscribers on your channel. How many videos have you created based upon your theory? And I'm not trying to get on you, but what I'm saying is based upon your theory, how many videos have you created? You have 19 subs. No shade. How many videos have you created based upon your theory? I beg to differ. I digress. Okay, so let's move on for the big boys and big girls in the classroom, because right now you're not qualified to talk about this conversation, in my opinion. So the nice you learned Robert is gone. Okay, you're not qualified to talk about this conversation. What you are is a distraction, and guess what? You have to be gone with distractions. Right now, it's not time to focus on distractions. Right now, we're focusing on the ability to get to the next level. So if you're not willing to get to the next level, it's okay. Please post more videos on your channel, XCRO, okay? Uh, so, no, I think you're being quite disrespectful, okay? I think you're being quite disrespectful. And to be honest with you, it's no shade to you, but you're actually coming to my channel at being silly. Okay. And right now we don't have the time nor the patience to deal with silliness at this point. I didn't come on to argue with people about their opinion. I came on the channel to give you my opinion that has been proven to be correct. If you go back on my channel 2 years ago, everything I've said, not financial investment advice, have been proven to be correct. 2 years ago, I created a video that said the world is going digital. I had a live that said the world is going digital. And my thought process has been proven to be correct. Okay. This is way before Bitcoin did its breakout to its all-time highs. It was when Bitcoin was under $30,000. So I've proven to be correct. Okay. So let's get back to talking with the big boys and big girls. Okay. As it relates to anything, okay. Uh, Somebody asked, am I a gamer? TT, yes, I do play some games, okay. I do play some games, okay. I do play some games. All right. Um, I do play some games as it relates, to gaming. So I do have some gaming things that I do, okay. So I apologize, people, if I seem to be a little bit moody, because I'm not moody. I'm not upset with anyone. Unfortunately, I think we're in a position, in a scenario in which we don't have time to play games. We don't have time to play games with people, because what's going on is the world continues to move on. The world continues to move on, and we don't have time to play, y'all. As the world continues to move on, there's going to be people who have the opinion that the world is not going digital, and it's okay. As the world continues to move on, we're going to have people who believe that the world's not going digital, and it's okay if people's opinion is that of such. Unfortunately, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm a Christian person. I'm not trying to be rude to anyone. I love everyone. But what I'm saying is we're in a situation of a sense of urgency. We're in a sense of urgency situation at this moment. And because we're in an urgent matter, we don't have time to play games. Okay. We don't have time to play games. We're in an urgent situation and an urgent matter. It's usually a good idea to invest in companies that face controversy, like American Eagle, for example, seems to be a good idea. And you know what, consumer goodness, you're absolutely right. Not financial investment advice, but in my membership, I told my members about several companies that have had some type of controversial situations. And I told them about, based upon this is going to happen. Like if you remember CrowdStrike, if you don't know who CrowdStrike is, if you remember when they had this outage, there was an outage with everybody was grounded at the airport and things like that. If you remember, CrowdStrike over a year ago, it dropped substantially, but it's up over 69.50% since that particular situation. So you're absolutely right, consumer goodness. You're absolutely right. I told them about that company, and it's up 69% since then. Okay. And actually, to be quite honest, I'm probably up more than that because it just shows a year, not the months. So it's a year and some months that it happened. So you're absolutely right. Now, as it relates to American Eagle, no financial investment advice, but American Eagle will pull back, things. As it relates to Cracker Barrel, everybody was upset about their particular branding changes. And if you looked at Cracker Barrel Consumer Goodness, that had a major pullback, and I knew it was going to make a bounce. So, as it relates to being a trader, if you're a trader, that's a great way to make some money as it relates to that. Oh yeah, you're definitely on point with that. So as it relates to being a trader, if you're trying to play a bounce, not financial investment advice, but playing the bounce would generally work in your favor as it relates to that. I'm a long-term investor. I like things at a discount, but I dollar cost average as well. But I do know when things pull back in the market, there will be major pullbacks in the market. There'll be people selling a lot of their stocks. There'll be people upset about certain things and things of that nature. But in that moment, you have to ask yourself, I've been online and other platforms and been going live. My members have seen me post things and talk to them as it relates to that. So I'm just now getting back in the swing of going back live on YouTube. But as it relates to anything, Sally, start. Okay. Don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, salty, but it's all good. But consume the goodness. As it relates to anything, we have to place ourselves in a position of, I always tell people we're metaphorical firefighters. Now, we're not physical firefighters, because I know some physical firefighters and they work hard, extremely hard. And I appreciate each and every person who serves in that capacity. But as it relates to firemen, men and women, they go into burning buildings where everybody's running out. Okay. So as it relates to the market, when the market presents itself opportunities, then in my opinion, I've always bought into opportunity when it presents. A lot of people run away from those type of things. And when they run away from those type of things, what I do is I don't run away from those things. I actually say, oh, is this a good deal? I believe it's going to. Case in point, in 2020, when everything pulled back, including uh, Robinhood stock, when your favorite gurus is telling you all, oh, I hate Robinhood. Robinhood sucks. Go to this platform. I was saying I like Robinhood. I was telling my members, Robinhood, in my opinion, is the best stock for new investors. Robinhood is going to be great. That was when Robinhood was under $8 a share. Now, if you look at Robinhood stock, based upon your theory, consume the goodness. Robinhood stock, Robinhood stock price is $101.25. Also, as it relates to Robinhood stock, not financial investment advice. It has also Robinhood has been added to the S&P 500 along with Coinbase. So now you have two crypto type players on the S&P 500. A year ago, I posted in my membership. I told my members that when Robinhood bought Bitstamp, that there will be an increase in the stock price, in my opinion. So I said that prior to 2 years ago. And I said that a year ago. I said Robinhood is still a buy, in my opinion. It will be a major increase based upon their adding of things. And Robinhood has substantially ran based upon that. And I do believe, even if Robinhood pulls back when the market pulls back, I do believe long term, everything is going to be higher highs, lower lows. Okay. So meaning that $8 and $10 price, even if the market pulls back 50%, you're not going to get those prices anymore. But based upon the value of new investors and a lot of people coming online as it relates to crypto, there'll be more people coming online and that will increase that stock. I've not faltered in my wavering belief of Robinhood. So you're absolutely right, consume the goodness. You're right with your thought process, okay? So Bitcoin is sitting at $110,857, okay? And some change. It keeps fluctuating as I was reading it. 110,851.08. So here's the thing you have to ask yourself, okay? A lot of people are waiting for a perfect condition to buy into Bitcoin. Well, if I wait on this price and I can get it here and I can do there. If you're not buying a full Bitcoin, you're buying fractions of a Bitcoin, which is considered a Satoshi. It's considered a fraction. A Satoshi is considered a fraction of a Bitcoin, okay? So you're buying a Satoshi. So what does that mean? There's a lot of other players in the market who already continue to buy Bitcoin, and they're going to continue to buy it at an alarming rate. And even if it pulls back, they're going to buy more. It was proven. BlackRock, who has over $12 trillion AUM, assets under management, bought. They have over $100 million in crypto. Okay. MicroStrategy has 64% of the Bitcoin market locked down. So you have to ask yourself this question. If you're playing the strategy of I'm gonna wait to get a good price, then you're going to be in trouble as it relates to crypto. Now, I like to get a good price with anything. You know what I'm saying? If I always talk about my dad liking Frosted Flakes. If Frosted Flakes is going to sell, my dad's going to buy 3 or 4 or 5 boxes. If they're on the regular price, he may buy 2 boxes. But when they're on sale, he's going to make sure he buys enough boxes to last till the sale goes on. So understand, if you dollar cost average your way into certain things, then long term, your value should be better because you're looking at a long term situation. So let's talk about crypto some more. Okay. Ethereum is sitting at $4,292.01. It hit its all time high. It pulled back and got to a level where it continued to pull back and make new highs. Okay. So it's going to pull back, take a breather. Now, if you look at what's going on, Bitcoin ran to an all time high, it pulled back. Everybody went from Bitcoin. They pulled their money. Not everybody. Some pulled their money from Bitcoin, and then they went to Ethereum. They went to Ethereum, and once they went to Ethereum, they're going to be. I'll be here, and okay, and I appreciate you. Cool. I understand. Thank you so much, Consumer Goodness. Thank you. Painting is wonderful. Yo, yeah. I appreciate it. So they pulled back Ethereum. Okay. Excuse me, they pulled back Bitcoin. Some people pulled their money out and just jumped on Ethereum. And Ethereum pulled back. Ethereum went to its all-time high. So if we look at those things, Bitcoin went to an all-time high, pulled back, and it's in a range. Ethereum ran up to an all-time high, pulled back, and it's in a range. So if we look at the list, XRP should be next to go on its all-time high. Hear me clearly. XRP should be next to go on another all-time high based upon that theory. Not financial investment advice, but XRP is sitting at $2.81 at the time of me talking. Based upon that theory, XRP should be next. Now they're trying to have a stable coin backing bill to back more crypto as it relates to a generous way, a set blanket way to put more crypto ETFs in plan. If you notice, they passed a bill to allow 401ks to offer crypto. So if you notice, there's going to be more and more and more and more and more crypto related stocks, crypto related ETFs being placed because it's putting people in a position to add over $12 trillion in assets and 401k into the crypto market. Everything's going digital. I said that over 2 years ago. I've been saying that for over 5 to 7 years. I've been saying it. Understand, how do you get yourself into this market? Now, some people may say, well, $10 is only going to buy me 3 point and some change of XRP. Okay, Lisa J, what's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. So $10 may buy you 3.33 and some change of XRP. Unfortunately, you have to understand this. It may buy you a certain amount of things. It may put you in a position of a certain amount of things. However, it still gives you 3 coins, tokens of XRP. It still puts you in a position of power. It still puts you in a position in which you are going to be, in my opinion, over the next 5 to 7 years, maybe 10 years, in a better position. I told my people in my TikTok live, told people, I said, look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at Bitcoin. I want you to look at Bitcoin and type the price. I want you to go to your, once this live is over, I want you to go to your calendar. Bitcoin is $110,877.88. Great numbers. 88888. So Bitcoin is sitting at $110,877.88 at the time of me talking. Let's just say, for just argument's sake, in your calendar, write $110,800 in your calendar. Go ahead and mark it and repeat that as an alarm every year and make it forever. Here's what it's going to do. Here's what it's going to do. It's going to allow you to say, man, this is one Bitcoin. You learn Robert's talking about Bitcoin. Now, if you go over 2 years ago, I was talking about Bitcoin for the longest. I was talking about everything's going digital for the longest. So I have not wavered in my opinion. I was talking about crypto before everybody was really talking about crypto like that. Some people was dibbling dabbling in it, but crypto was under $30,000 as it relates to Bitcoin. I said over 2 years ago, it was going to go on a major run. Not financial investment advice. It has happened. I'm saying this now. Crypto, even though it may pull back some, crypto is still only pulling back to leg to the next level. You have to understand what the big money players are doing. They're creating crypto assets. They're creating crypto companies. They're creating tokens. So if that is the case, that's showing you that they believe in the strategy of crypto. Think about it. The Trump family have created WLF. DJT has added so many CRO, crypto.com token into his portfolio. They've added American Bitcoin into his portfolio as it relates to stock. They continue to do crypto related projects. Understand, Crypto is here to stay, regardless of how you feel about Trump or anybody else. This is not a political situation, okay? It's not political, okay? So understand there's a lot of value in what's going on in the crypto space. A lot of value. So what's urgent? What's going on? What should I do? You learn. My opinion is, not financial investment advice, you should dollar cost average. Because here's the thing with Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin out there. 979,333 Bitcoin is held right now out of the total supply. MicroStrategies has the most. 91%, 91.3% is the US. Uh, Japan holds 1.9%. What's up to Jay Jordan? How you doing, brother? Welcome in. 1.9% is held by Japan. CA has 1.8, CN has 1.3, and others have 3.6. MicroStrategies has 64.27% of the amount of Bitcoin held. Understand, they're going to make sure that this particularly stays. Now, as it relates to Ethereum, you have to ask yourself this question. Are you going to bet against it? Now, I've always said this. XRP should be ahead of Ethereum. I've always said it. I've always said XRP should be number 2, in my opinion. I wrote something. Let me see if it's on my desk. I got so much stuff on my desk. Nope, it's not on my desk. I wrote, no, it is on my desk. Nope, yep. Here we go. I wrote something. It's in my members group as well. How to find the next Bitcoin. I wrote this a while back. Okay, how to find the next Bitcoin. Okay, and in this, I talk about certain things as it relates to crypto. Okay, it was just a quick thing, and I mentioned some things in here as it relates to that. Okay, and I'm looking for something. Okay, I'm looking for something, but I mentioned to some things about that. Okay, so in my opinion, I still believe that there is major leg up for XRP. That's just my opinion. I believe that there is going to be a pullback in the market. And in this pullback, you have to ask yourself this question. I've been saying this. Jay Jordan can tell you in my membership, I've been literally texting, writing things about what's going on, keeping them informed. So I have not been actually going live on this platform, but I've been going live. Okay, we're just gonna leave it like that. Okay, but understand my sentiment has not changed. The J, if you look in the membership group a year ago, I talked about Robinhood stocks. Over 2 years ago, I talked about Robinhood stock, but indefinitely a year ago, when Robinhood bought Bitstamp, I said, and I quote, Robinhood just purchased Bitsmart. As it relates to this, Robinhood stock should increase substantially. So it was over a year ago. Since I've said that, Robinhood is up over 434%. Since I said that, Robinhood is up over 434% down. What's up, Donovan? Robinhood stock is over 434% since I said that. Now, a lot of these gurus are now jumping on the bandwagon that Robinhood is the greatest thing since sliced bread when they were upset with Robinhood in 2020. I've always said Robinhood is the best stock, the best platform for new investors. I've said that. My sentiment has not changed. I've said that because I understood there were more new investors than old investors. Okay. Understand this, y'all. You have to understand the sentiment of where the market is going. I talked about everything going digital over 2 years ago in one of my first lives. Everything going digital. I said that. As we see, everything's going digital. So here's the mistake I believe a lot of people are going to make. A lot of people are going to make the mistake of not investing in crypto. Now, I can't give you financial investment advice. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. But a lot of people are going to make that mistake of not investing in crypto. Guess what? Over 2 years ago, I mentioned Bitcoin is going to go on a run. It was under $30,000 at that moment. It has ran to substantial levels. I'm going to say this again. A lot of people are going to make the mistake to try to wait on a perfect scenario to start investing. And what's going to happen is that perfect scenario is not going to allow you to invest. That perfect scenario is going to put you in a position where you don't have the opportunity to invest in crypto. I'm going to say it again. That perfect scenario is going to put you in an opportunity where you don't have the ability to invest in crypto, because you're going to look at all this other stuff going on and you're going to be afraid. Most people are going to be afraid. Here's the thing. I'm going to put this on record to say, when this stuff happens, guess what's going to happen? Other companies like MicroStrategy, like DJT, like Bitcoin Treasury, like Trump Media, like Coinbase, CleanSpark, MRA, BlackRock, they're going to continue to buy crypto at a great price, and they're going to buy more. How do I know? Because it's already happened. I was talking to somebody in my TikTok yesterday, and somebody said that that a particular bank would not let them invest in crypto. They said that bank would not let them invest in crypto, and their exact words were, "Well, my bank said that we don't believe in digital assets." So I pulled up something. I said, this particular bank doesn't believe in digital assets. I said, your bank holds over $200 million in Bitcoin alone. I said, Google it. It's there. I said, pull it up. It's there. So if these banks don't believe in crypto, why are they holding it? I said before, they don't want you to own it because they don't want you to be a person that has crypto in your portfolio. When Bitcoin hits 600,000 to 1 million, then they'll tell you, oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But right now it's on sale. Right now, crypto is on sale. Hear me clearly. The same thing when I was pointing at that sign at the gas station and I said, hey, this gas station started to sell crypto. They know something you don't know. When I made that short and said that, and crypto went on an amazing tear from there. I'm telling y'all again, even though crypto may pull back, the unfortunate part about Bitcoin is there's a fixed supply. After 21 billion Bitcoin, 21 million Bitcoin is minted, it won't go back. You can't get any more. You can't print your way out of Bitcoin. Hear me clearly. After 21 million Bitcoin is minted, you can't print your way to some more Bitcoin. It'll never happen. You can't get any more. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't say, oh, well, we're in debt some more. Let's print out some more Bitcoin. That cannot happen. There's only a fixed supply. So understand, when you're buying portions of Bitcoin, $1 here, $5 there, $10, whatever your budget is. I can't give you financial investment advice. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. But when you do that, understand you're taking Satoshis, which is fractions of a Bitcoin, pieces of a Bitcoin off the market. So imagine a big old piece of cake, right? And it's cut up in slices, little slices. And you're just getting little piece by piece. You're getting little slivers of Bitcoin. Imagine Ethereum at $4,297.55 at the time we're talking. You're getting little pieces of Ethereum. Pieces here. Some of you may be able to buy a full Bitcoin or a full Ethereum. Not telling you what to buy or sell, giving you financial investment advice. What I'm saying to you is this: your banks won't start offering this until it hits about 500,000 to maybe 1 million, and then they'll offer it to you, because you got to understand they're in business to make money. If they tell you, hey, Bitcoin is the best thing since sliced bread, you're going to go to the source. That's almost like BJ's, Costco, or these other warehouses telling you, Sam's Club warehouse, telling you, hey, this is where we get our chicken eggs from. This is the supplier we get our meat from. This is the supplier we get our corn from. This is the supplier we get our milk from. That's like them telling you, this is the supplier we get our tissue from. This is how much price we get it for. That's like them telling you that. They're not going to do that. They're a wholesale club so that they can make money. And you go in, and I don't have a problem with, Costco. I like Costco. No shade to anybody else. But you go in and get your items at a discount. Understand, going to crypto, going to a Robinhood, going to a Coinbase, a crypto.com, going to a Uphold, going to those places allow you to get crypto at the wholesale rate, meaning at the rate that they're getting it. They're not giving you an upcharge other than, they may charge you a percentage. They may charge you a point of the spread. Other than that, you're pretty much getting it at a wholesale rate. You're pretty much getting it at a rate that's going to help you and position yourself long term. You're pretty much getting it at a position that's going to help you in the ability to get yourself to the next level. You're getting it at a position that's helping you. Okay? Understand that. You don't have to understand all the details and logistics. It's like saying, and I'm just going to be real with you, saying I'm not buying crypto because I don't understand it is like saying you're not using your debit or credit card because you don't understand how the transaction is made behind the scenes. I'm not going to use my debit or credit card because I don't understand how the system talks to itself, the logic of how it approves my transaction. That's pretty much what you're saying. Because behind the scenes, there's logic, there's information transferred back through the system that says, hey, the Jay Jordan has enough funds for this transaction. Hey, Lisa J has enough funds for this transaction. Hey, Consume the Goodness, Salty Gaming. Hey, they have enough funds for the transaction. Hey, Official J Mia has enough funds. Donovan has enough funds for the transaction. You don't care about the language in which it uses, but you use the card. I want to ask you this. How much money do you get back using your debit card or your credit card? Oh, they give me 0.5% on my purchases of fuel. Oh, they give me 1% on my purchase of plane tickets. Oh, they give me cash back on my purchase of clothes. Y'all, come on now. I'm trying to put you in a position that you're going to get a wholesale rate. Now, even though this is the market rate, what I mean by a wholesale rate is you don't have a middleman other than the supplier of like a Coinbase, a Crypto.com, a Robinhood. You don't have to worry about your bank saying, oh, we're going to charge you a loaded fee for this. That's where it's going to. That's why I'm not saying to you, hey, we offer this at this price. That's why I'm not saying that to you. But you have to see what others are doing. I don't care who you voted for. This is not about that. This is not, see, a lot of people get so butthurt about politics, and this is not a political live. I've never been a political person. What I'm saying to you, though, is this. Jay Jordan, if you look in the membership, anybody else, official, anyone else who are members, if you look in the membership, I posted, if this person wins, this is going to happen. These are the things that are going to run. If this person wins, these are the things that are going to run. If you go back to that post, you will see that I was 100% right. Not financial investment advice. Man, I posted a conflict stock thing over a year ago. If you see, the government has changed its name to the Department of War. Y'all, I've been right. Not financial investment right. I'm not trying to be cocky. Y'all, how have I been right? The Lord. I keep telling y'all. See, a lot of people, you believe or you don't believe, and it's not that. It's not about that. It's to tell you, that's what God showed me. So I put it in there so it can be there as a testament of what I've been saying. I've literally said it. You can go back to it, and guess what? It has been accurate. Pretty much to the T. If you go back and look at it, it's been accurate. You go back and look at some of my posts, it's pretty much been accurate. Why? Now, I don't agree with you. I don't like you, Learn. It's okay. You don't have to like me, but I love you. I love the people in the background trying to watch to see what's going on, what's been going on. I love everybody. Look, I don't have, my Bible tells me to love my enemies and pray for those who despitefully use me. I literally love everybody. The people that are in the bush people. I love the bush people. The people who have never said anything in the chat. The people who watch my live just to go make another live about what I just said. I love everybody. I love the people who talk about me in other group chats, who tried to suppress my YouTube channel. I love everybody, period. Understand that. I'm trying to help you. I have not asked you for anything. But if you look at most channels, they're telling you to click a link in the description to get this free stock or this. I don't post none of that stuff. And there's no shade to anybody who does that because they get a percentage and things like I don't have no shade to nobody. I just don't rock like that because I'm trying to give you information. I'm trying to give you value. I've always given value. I'm not trying to take away from nothing. I'm trying to give you value. I'm trying to tell you what's going on. So if you wait on a perfect condition for Bitcoin I'm waiting on Bitcoin to go under $100,000. I'm waiting for it to go to 80. I'm waiting for it to go to 50 or 70. Guess what? You may not have the ability to get in at that rate because people and major players, they're going to fulfill their orders quicker. And it's going to bounce back to the next level. I'm telling you what happens. You don't have the funds to outweigh a MicroStrategy. You don't have the funds to outweigh JP Morgan. You don't have the funds to outweigh a Trump Media Group. You don't have the funds to outweigh those major Bitstamp, a Robinhood, a Coinbase. They're going to fill their orders before they fill yours because it's large amounts of money. And even if you get a little percentage, it's not going to stay there at the level long. It's not going to stay there long. It's going to pull back. And here's the problem. While everybody's trying to see if I'm right, go back 2 years ago. Listen to what I said. I have been right. No shade. All the people who say, oh, I don't understand this. Y'all, I'm gonna break it down to you like a fraction as far as crypto. Okay, so you can understand it, okay? Because a lot of people want something from you. I'm trying to get something to you. What I want from you is you to be the best person you can be. What I want from you is for you to get to the next level of greatness. What I want for you is for you to be able to give to your kids. Like Sam Walton was able to split 20 billion, and now each family member is worth over $100 billion apiece. I want from you what God wants for you to be great. That's all I want from you. If you rocking with the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That's all I want from you. I want for you to be great. That's what I want from you. I don't want nothing else from you but for you to be your best self. So if anybody else told you otherwise, they lied. I want for you to be your greatest self. I want you to get to the next level. I want you to be able to quit that job that don't like you. I want you to be able to retire your mother and father. I want you to be able to retire your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your boo thing, whatever, your side piece, whatever y'all got going on. I want for you to be able to get to the next level of greatness. That's what I want for you. But the question is, do you want it for yourself? Now, please, y'all, please, 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 please. There's been a saying that if you give to people, they won't value it. There's been a saying that you have to charge people something because they don't value free information. That's literally been a saying. And generally, it's been right, y'all. That's been a saying that said that. I hope, please, y'all, make everyone a liar who said that. Make everyone a liar who said, if you give information out for free, nobody's going to value it. Make them a liar. Make the people a liar who said, if you want to hide it, put it in the book. Make them a liar, y'all. So I'm going to break down how to navigate through this crumbling economy and how to navigate through this failing dollar. Just going to be real with you, okay? How do we navigate through this? Number one, you have to have a plan. You learn, what do you mean I have to have a plan? Well, you have to have a plan. Now, some of us go to the grocery store. Some of us get groceries delivered to us. Either way it goes, you have a plan. Some of us just wing it and willy-nilly it when you go to the grocery store and pick up everything. I pick on my sister because she always gets her groceries delivered, okay? But understand, as it relates to that, she gets them delivered. But guess what? When she's going through getting her items delivered, sometimes I get mine delivered as well because of time, just my timing. I got a lot going on. But understand, when you are doing that, you have to create a list, okay? So in this frailing economy, Let's create a list of what we're going to do. What is our budget for investing? Let's really sit down and think about it. What is our budget for investing? Because guess what? If you don't have a mission for your money will get missing. If you don't have a mission for your money will get missing. Let me say it again. If you don't have a mission for your money will get missing. So we have to create some type of plan. Okay. So as crypto is falling, as crypto is going to take a little short break and then rise on up, rise in. As crypto is going to take a major move to the upside, we got to have a plan. Okay. And the thing is this. Number one, how much Bitcoin do you want to own? Now, this is not financial investment advice, but you got to ask yourself the question. Do you want to own a full Bitcoin? Do you? Is that your goal? So if your goal is to own a full Bitcoin, write down, I will own blank amount of Bitcoin. Write it down. I will own blank amount of Bitcoin. Okay. Write down the price of Bitcoin. How much is Bitcoin right now? Write down the price. Okay. Then when you write down the price, I want you to write down how much you are willing to buy. How much are you willing to buy? What is your price point? What do you want to buy every day? Do you want to buy every once a month? Do you want to buy twice a month? Do you want to buy once a week? Every other day? Write down a plan of strategic success. That's the only way you're going to get to that goal. Okay. Not financial investment advice, but how much Ethereum do you want to own? Ethereum is $4,299.17. There's a total supply of 120.7 million Ethereum. That's the total supply. Okay, it won't go up or down. Okay, so how much of that do you want to own, if any? Because you may choose not to own any. It's okay. Write down the price. Write down, I will own blank amount of Ethereum. Write down how much, and then let's write down how much we're willing to invest to get to that plan. Okay, XRP. XRP is sitting at $2.81. There is a total supply of 59.61 billion XRP. XRP is, I would say, low-hanging fruit. It's very cheap at this point. I told my members when XRP was, it was under 20 cents, I believe, 20 to 40%. I believe 20 to 40 cents. I know it was cheap. And I said XRP is going to go on a major run. And it has ran. It went to all-time highs. So put, I will own X amount of XRP, not financial investment advice. So once you do that, okay, you're going to say how much XRP you're going to own. Okay. XRP, the reason I say low-hanging fruit, because at $3, you can have one XRP. So it ain't really hard to own XRP, a full XRP. Okay. So do that. Okay. So I do it like the top 5. Out of 5 cryptos, what am I going to break down? Now, I'm not giving you financial investment advice, telling you what to buy, hold, or sell, but I break down what 5 cryptos do I want to own? What 5 cryptos do I want to own? That's what I break down. Okay. That's my major players. Okay. My starting 5, my major players. What 5 cryptos do I want to own? Everything else I put as, the bench, the secondary. The secondary. What secondary coins or crypto do I want to own? What secondary coins or crypto do I want to own? And then I make a list. And it's okay. Now, what percentage of each am I willing to do? Now, I'm not going to put all my money in shoelace coin. And if there's a shoelace coin, y'all don't come for me. I don't know. I'm not going to put all my money in no shoelace coin. That's a random coin. There's over 20 million cryptocurrencies. Over 20 million cryptocurrencies, y'all. So out of 20 million cryptocurrencies, I'm not just going to invest in a random crypto and expect it to be the world. Okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to invest in a random crypto and expect it to gain the world. Okay. So why is the market down today? Well, the market is down because of looming. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. It's down. It's down because it's only down 2.3%. It's only down 2.3%. Bitcoin dominance rolling to 57% of the market. So profit taking, people taking top profit, uncertainty. They're scared of what may happen. Things of that nature. They're scared of the risk. What's going on with the SEC? What are they going to do with crypto? So a lot of people are afraid. Okay, but here's the thing. I always say we're building a skyscraper, not the Tower of Babel. We're building a skyscraper, and in that skyscraper, how many buildings? What are you willing to own? Okay, what is it that you're willing to own in that crypto skyscraper? All right. So as we do this, we got to ask ourselves that question: what are we willing to own? What are we willing to invest in? And what are we willing to get to the next level in? Okay. What are we willing to own? What are we willing to invest? And what are we willing to do to get to the next level? Ask yourself that question. What? Because a lot of people look at a lot of people, but they don't make any decision. They don't take any action. They don't take any steps beyond listening. Well, I'm gonna listen. And then you get busy with other things. You get busy if you have children with the kids. You get busy if you have a family, your husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, boo thing, side piece, whatever y'all got going on. You get busy with life, and then you get busy with, can you pay my bill? All that stuff hits you, and then crypto is an afterthought. It's an afterthought. It's an afterthought. So you got to ask yourself the question: what are you willing to do? How much are you willing to invest? And what are you willing to place yourself in? Okay. Y'all, Reuters put out something. And if you go under the tab, hold on, markets. I've been saying the world is going digital for years. But if you go under that, excuse me, I'm sorry, business. Give me a second. Computer's freezing up. I got about 5 computers, but this one is okay. Boom. But it's telling you what's going on, okay? But they got a tab that literally says, it literally says on the tab, the future of money. They changed it. The future of money is now a tab. I keep telling y'all, the world is going digital. I said that before. I have not changed my sentiment of the world going digital. I said it before. It's documented. I said it over 2 years ago. The world is going digital. I said it before. Okay. And now we're transitioning into that digital space. So you learn the market is crashing. I'm afraid. I don't know what to do. Okay. What should I do in this market? Well, you can do one of 5 things. You can do nothing. Most people will do nothing. You can listen to some of the information and take some of, the information and make it your own as it relates to making things happen, not financial investment advice. You can go ahead and wait on a perfect condition, but if you wait on that perfect condition, it'll never happen. Or you can take charge and go ahead and make a move now. Y'all, dollar is a dollar in another world. A dollar is a dollar. But do you know that there was a gentleman when Shiba Inu came out who invested? This person invested literally, y'all listening? This person invested $20. Well, it's actually under 100, and it was worth over $60 million. Do you know that somebody could have invested under $500 into Dogecoin? And its high was 73 cents. Ask me how I know. Okay, I digress. We're going to keep moving. So I ain't ready for that. It's not about where you start. It's about where you're going to get to the next level. Y'all, it's not about where you start. It's about where you're going to get to the next level. I keep telling y'all, all these gurus telling y'all that Robinhood was a horrible stock and don't invest in it. I was telling my people, I appreciate Robinhood. Robinhood is the most average, easy for the easy investor. And I keep repeating it for a reason. Robinhood, since I said it, is up over 600%. That's real. That's real. That's real. Okay? That's real. So, what are we going to do? Well, how are we going to get to the next level? What things are we going to do? Okay? How are we going to get it to the next level? In my opinion, not financial investment advice, but my opinion is we got to make a move, because a lot of us are waiting on a perfect scenario. Make a move, get in rhythm. That's almost like Steph Curry waiting on the game to take up shots. Wow. That's almost like Steph Curry waiting on the game to take up shots. Who is Steph Curry? Okay. That's almost like Dale Earnhardt when he was here, waiting on the race to drive. That's almost like Tiger Woods or Jack Nicholson waiting on the PGA Tour to take a swing and not go to the golf course, the driving range. Not practice. Y'all, you have to practice. You got to put up shots. You have to go to the gym. That's almost like you wanting to lift 500 pounds, but never going to the gym. You got to put up reps. You got to train your body. You got to put yourself in a position of power. Well, how do I do that? You learn. You have to put yourself in the market. Not financial investment advice, but you have to put yourself in the market. By doing what? By investing. I can't give you financial investment advice. I can't tell you what to buy, hold, or sell. I can't tell you that, oh, buy X percentage of this. Because a lot of people are telling you how much to invest in something. But the unfortunate part of that is this: everybody's budget ain't budgeting. So guess what? I go down to the lowest level and say, you got $1. Because half of y'all got iPhones looking at me. Half of y'all that don't got iPhones got a Apple Watch, Apple phone, Apple laptop. Ask me how I know. A Samsung watch, or this and that. Ask me how I know. You have to start somewhere. But he who waits on perfect conditions will never do anything. So how do we get to the next level? How do we do what we need to do? My opinion, that's always worked for me, has been dollar cost averaging. I personally, long-term investing and dollar cost averaging. You learn. That's a lie. Okay, well, I'm going to ask you this. The late Charlie Munger's famous quote was, value is not found in the buy or the sell. Value is found in the wait. Value is not found in the buy or the sell. Value is found in the wait. How long are you willing to wait on the vision that you need to do? Meaning, when you buy something, that's not when you find value. When you sell something, it's not when you find value. You find value when you buy something and you wait. That's almost like you getting fresh baked cookies. You're getting the dough and putting it on the pan. You're preheating your oven to 350 or 375, depending on the elevation. You're putting it in the oven, and a minute later, you're taking it out. Come on. That's almost like people who eat turkey. Like you basting the turkey and injecting it, and you just start chewing it up without putting it in the oven or without deep frying it. Y'all, you know as well as I know, them smoked ribs, the people whose rib tastes the best are the people who smoke it. Yeah, I have 5 types of oak and hickory and cherry and maple, and I soak them and I put it in my smoker. The people whose meat tastes the best are generally, when they're making ribs, are the people who smoke it. They're worth the wait. So right now, my opinion is you should start doing that long term. I can't tell you financial investment advice. I can't tell you that you need to buy, hold, or sell this. I can say, though, that my opinion is crypto is here to stay. I said it over 2 years ago since I've been on the channel. I've been saying this for years. My family knows, everybody I know knows. Okay? I've been saying it. The value is not held in the buy or the sell, it's in the wait. I always say, when something happens, then you find a value and then you buy into that value. You buy into that value. How long are you willing to buy into the value? How long are you willing to get to the next level? How long are you willing to get to the next level of greatness? How long are you willing to do what you got to do like you do it for TV? How long? How long? How long? Y'all, I'm pushing these buttons. I'm pressing these buttons. Okay. Somebody's calling me. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, somebody keeps calling me, y'all. Every time I go live, people want to call. Every time I go live, people want to call. Give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to press something on the screen. I wonder. Oh, Lord. Let me not put that on there. So I'm typing something. Now people want to text me. Y'all, I'm on live. I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. Okay. That's different. So y'all, I'm literally new. They're trying to be like TikTok when it comes to certain things. I'm like, okay, cool. That's weird. Okay, so y'all, sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm literally looking at this because this is new. I've been on the TikTok platform for a minute. So I haven't been live on YouTube. So the people on YouTube, I apologize. My members, y'all know I've been there. Y'all know I've been posting stuff back in the membership. So anywho, going back to something. How long are you willing to wait? How long are you willing to wait? When are you finding value? How long are you willing to wait? What value are you willing to do? What's your value? So I have a plan for y'all. Here's my homework. Cause I ain't just going live no more without giving y'all homework. Here's the homework I'm giving you. I want you to go into your calendar after this live. And I want you to type in your calendar Bitcoin. Price 110,000. Let's just say 110,000 even. Type in 110,000 for Bitcoin in your calendar. Once you go in your calendar, I want you to save it. I want you to repeat it and keep it forever. I want you to put Ethereum at $4,300. I want you to save it. I want you to repeat it every year forever. XRP $2.81. I'll just put 280. I want you to save it. I want you to repeat it every year forever. Your homework is to put, not financial investment advice, 5 cryptos and the price. Now, 3, I gave you 3. You got 2 others that you can put up there and put the price and repeat that every year forever. Because one thing I want y'all to do is, if you decide not to buy crypto, I want you to see if that price is lower or higher than what we discussed today. If it's lower, are you going to say, man, I knew your learn was, I knew that wasn't nothing. If it's higher, then I want you to ask yourself, did you buy? And if that price is higher, when that alarm goes off next year around this time, I want you to put in the price if it's lower or higher in your calendar. Because here's what's going to happen, my opinion. In the next 5 years of you doing that, you're going to start to see that price goes higher in the next 5 years. Not financial investment advice. You're going to start to see those things change in aspects. Okay? So my opinion to you is do that. That's the homework. Also, the homework is this. If you don't already have crypto, get a platform. Get a platform. Get a platform. If you don't already have crypto, get a platform. Robinhood, crypto.com, Coinbase, Uphold. Get a platform to invest in crypto if you don't already have crypto. Put yourself in a position of power if you don't already have crypto. Start to invest. Once again, as you learn Robert, y'all, I'll see you all on the next level of greatness. About to get out of here. All right, bye now.